In today's how-to video, I'm going to explain the technique of strong hand and weak hand shooting with a PCC around a barricade. Now obviously, before explaining the technique strong hand and weak hand using a PCC, a couple of points of attention. First of all, again, it's very, very important that you read and listen to the stage briefing, that you do your walkthrough, and that you develop your own stage plan. I refer to my YouTube channel for more information on these subjects. Next to a couple of exceptions, it does occur, but normally you don't start at a barricade. Hence why it's important to know and familiarize yourself with the technique of shooting on the move, as well as starting explosively using a drop step, as well as getting into a shooting position. And for all those techniques, I also refer to my YouTube channel. My PCC is actually set up with an offset mount, so I have my normal red dot mount for, I would say, 95% of the targets. But if I have targets which I need to engage, especially from a barricade, the weak side, for example, or if it's behind a barricade at close distance, I actually use the offset mount and not my regular mount. So that's why I actually have two red dots on my PCC. This is my primary red dot, my secondary red dot. 95% of the time I will actually use my normal red dot, and in 5% of the time I will use my offset red dot. Considering you shot on the move, that's okay, and you applied the correct technique of moving into a position, you will actually need to engage the target which I need to shoot here from my strong side, my strong hand side. So important not only for handgun but also for PCC is watch the barrel in relationship to the barricade itself. As much as you can, try to stay clear of it. Also, because the closer you get, the more issues you will have manipulating your PCC and also to shoot. So if you can, try to stay clear of the barricade. Also, in certain practical shooting sports, it's allowed to use a barricade to actually engage the target. This is not something I recommend in IPSC or USPSA. If you can, stay clear of it, keep your distance, and engage the target. And for the strong hand sides, especially for right hand shooters, I really don't have to explain too much. My PCC is up, I want to engage the target, I'll engage it, I stay clear of the barricade, I'll engage using my normal red dot, or if you have iron sights, with my iron sight, and then I have to go to the weak hand side to shoot the other target. Now, for a right hand shooter shooting weak-handed from a barricade, you actually have three options. The first option, which I actually use the most, is because I stay clear of the barricade, I don't have to manipulate my gun. I can actually just shift my body orientation, and as I indicated, having an offset red dot actually makes it very easy to engage this target from the left hand side, from the weak hand side, easily without any issues. So I don't have to move, I can engage here, I can shift, and immediately rolling the gun, start engaging the target on the left hand side. So the first option you have is, if you have a offset red dot, is just roll your gun and engage the target without doing anything except for shifting using your knees. The second option you have, engaging the target on the left hand or the weak hand side is when you transfer, again stay clear of the barricade, you can shift your shoulder, not changing your grip because my grip remains the same, and I engage the target using my normal red dot with my strong eye. So what I do is I just shift my shoulder and I engage the target. That's the second option. The third option I have is I will actually change my grip and my shoulder to engage the next target. So in the transfer, I will shift my grip and I will go to a left-handed grip. So I just engaged here. I will actually switch my grip and engage the target. So the third option I have is I just engaged the target on the strong hand side. I'm gonna switch grip and support hand to my weak shoulder, which means in the transition I will switch to then engage the target on the left hand or weak hand side. Obviously, these are the three options you have, depending also on the setup you have. If you don't have an offset red dot on your PCC, you cannot use the first option of rolling your gun. You have to shift to either option 2 or 3. I would recommend be aware of the three options you have. Certainly if you have an offset red dot on your PCC, which I highly recommend. And practice in a dry fire setting what feels best and most comfortable and what gives you the best result in time and on the target. But try the different options.
Moving like the speed of sound. Feet can't keep on the ground.